Imagine a single word that can change the course of history. A word that can defy oppression, challenge injustice, and inspire millions. That word is no. It's a word that carries the weight of courage, the spark of revolution, and the power to reshape the world. But saying no is never easy. It requires strength, sacrifice, and an unshakable belief in what's right. Today I want to share the stories of people who said no, people who faced immense challenges, but stood firm in their convictions. Their actions didn't just change their lives, they changed the world we live in today. So what does it mean to say no? And how can one word have such a profound impact? Let's dive into these stories, and perhaps by the end you'll be inspired to share your own. In 1955, Rosa Parks, a seamstress in Montgomery, Alabama, was asked to give up her bus seat to a white passenger. She said no. That simple act of defiance ignited the Montgomery bus boycott, a 381-day protest that challenged segregation and brought Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. to the forefront of the civil rights movement. Rosa's no wasn't just about a bus seat, it was a rejection of systemic racism. Her courage led to the desegregation of public transportation and inspired countless others to stand up for their rights. What would you say no to for a better world? In 1930, Mahatma Gandhi led the Salt March, defying British laws that monopolized salt production. His no to colonial oppression mobilized millions of Indians in peaceful resistance. Gandhi's no wasn't just about salt, it was about freedom. His nonviolent approach inspired movements worldwide, from the civil rights movement in the US to anti-apartheid struggles in South Africa. How far would you go to say no to injustice? Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison for saying no to apartheid. His refusal to accept racial segregation led to his imprisonment, but it also fueled a global movement against apartheid. Mandela's no wasn't just about South Africa, it was about equality. His eventual release and presidency marked the end of apartheid and the beginning of a new era of democracy. What would you endure to say no to oppression? Malala Yousafzai was just 15 when she said no to the Taliban's ban on girls' education. Shot in the head for her defiance, she survived and became a global symbol of courage. Malala's no wasn't just about education, it was about the right to dream. Her activism has inspired millions of girls to pursue their education and fight for their rights. What would you risk to say no for what you believe in? Muhammad Ali said no to the Vietnam War, citing his religious beliefs and opposition to the conflict. Stripped of his boxing title and facing imprisonment, Ali stood firm. Ali's no wasn't just about war, it was about conscience. His stance sparked global conversations about race, religion, and the morality of war. What would you sacrifice to say no for your beliefs? Greta Thunberg said no to climate inaction, starting a global movement with her school strike for the climate. Her defiance has mobilized millions to demand action on climate change. Greta's no isn't just about the environment, it's about the future. Her activism has forced world leaders to confront the climate crisis and inspired a new generation of activists. What would you say no to for the future of our planet? Saying no is never easy. It requires courage, resilience, and a belief that change is possible. But as these stories show, one no can create a ripple effect that transforms the world. Now it's your turn. What would you say no to? Share your stories in the comments below. If your story resonates with others, we might even feature it in a future video. Because the power of saying no isn't just in the word itself, it's in the action that follows. And together, we can create a world where freedom, justice, and equality prevail. Say no to what's wrong. Say yes to what's right. Subscribe to Open Heart, Open Mic for more stories of courage, freedom, and change. Don't forget to like, share, and comment with your own stories of saying no.